Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. 2022, much love, much respect. I appreciate the support. We back at it again, man. We tipping on this 50K. Let's get this 50K out the way, push it to the side so we can go straight to 100K. We want to spread this message. We want to get this movement running in 2022. We want to get all this good positive energy out there, man, and we can help some of these young fellas, man, understand prison is not where you want to be. I appreciate all y'all out there, man, that support me. Check your status. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend about this movement, man, so we can keep it going on strong in 2022. I appreciate all the support I got from my new channel, man, Banky Pound Pure Deliciousness. If you like my cooking, go over there, subscribe to that channel as well. Support the movement. We just trying to reach everybody we can in 2022 and do the best we can. That's all we can do. And like I told y'all, wherever I go, y'all go. Y'all are with me, I'm with y'all. So let's get this movement cranked up in 2022. With that being said, man, I want to start these series right here and see if y'all really rock with it. I want to start it and see. This is gonna be about every prison that I went through in 33 years. Every prison I went to, I'm gonna take y'all on every stop, try my best to explain to y'all how the institution was, how I adjusted, how the atmosphere was on these different prisons. In 33 years, I think I went to a total of 11 prisons, but I went to 2 of them twice and 1 of them 3 times. So if y'all want to walk through me with this, we're going to get it started today. If y'all like it, we're going to continue. If you don't, then I discontinue. You let me know in your comments. You like it, you should share it, you know, and we'll take it from there. So let's get it cranked up, man. And I think the first place I'm going to start, because it was the first stop for me was jail. You know, the first stop for me was jail. And man, I had not been locked up before in no jail, so it was all new to me. It was all green to me. I had, you know, a couple of family members, a couple of people that I knew that had been incarcerated. I had actually even visited a prison one time with my aunt, you know, see my cousin or whatnot. But I had, you know, never really been in jail in those type of environments, that type of situation. So it was new to me, man. So when I got locked up and I ended up in the jail, man, it was crazy because, you know, that first night when you in there, I know for me anyway, that reality set in, man, when them doors close and them bars is around you and you on this cold bed, this little thin piece of plastic, and you realizing the reality come to your head, man, how bad you done really messed up. You know, how bad you done really messed up. And in my case, the things and the situation and the charges that I was facing, it was just like, it was surreal. It was surreal, man. And to sleep in there that first night and to have the feelings and the emotions going through me, I barely got any sleep at all. You know, I barely got any sleep at all. I'm in a new environment. I'm in a new atmosphere. I could hear other people snoring, other people talking. It's cold. It's just dense in there, man, and it was just crazy. It's a feeling that's in my heart. I never forget it. But like in any other situation, you got to learn how to cope, adapt, and adjust, man. So I tried my best to do that. I tried to get my mind frame right. You know, like, I don't know none of these cats in here. I think the jail I was in, at the time I was in Chesterfield jail, and it was like maybe 6, 7 cells in there, and each person had an individual cell. It was a small block, small jail, and we came out in the morning, ate breakfast. They bought us breakfast. We ate breakfast. They let us out in the block. We could mingle around. They had one phone in there, which definitely became a problem. They had one phone in there. You always had dudes in there that, you know, felt like they was entitled. You had dudes in there that felt like they was the boss, all of that. So this is my introduction to being incarcerated. So I don't know nobody. I ain't trying to know nobody. I'm in my own feelings. I'm feeling lost because I'm locked up. I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. I got it in my mind that, you know, I don't want to know none of these cats. I don't care nothing about none of them. I'm sure they don't care nothing about me. So I stayed to myself. I started working out. I work out in the cell. The block was small. I used to see a couple of dudes out there working out, you know, and everybody, you know, was watching TV for the most part during the daytime, or just sitting around playing cards or talking or whatnot. We had to take a long newspaper and roll it all up and make a long stick where we could take and reach out between the bars and turn the TV ourselves, so we wouldn't have to wait for the CO to come around and turn the TV. So they had their own little system and everything going on. And for the most part, I just sit back and watch and try to learn and see how everything moved and how everything operated, because I ain't know nobody, or nor did I know anything. So that's what I did, man. And I'm gonna tell you, the jail, it was an experience for me, man. It was a different experience for me, man, because like I say, every day you wake up, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, the reality set in on you that, number one, you don't like where you at. Number two, you can't do nothing about it, and you want to go home so bad. Then you worried about everything that's going on the outside, and you can't do nothing about it. The only way you got, the only avenue you got is to find out what's going on is through the telephone. And then, like I say, the telephone was just like it is in prison, which I would later find out. The telephone is an avenue for controversy and destruction. Everybody want the phone, and it's only one phone, but it's like 6 or 7 people, and everybody can't get the phone. So everybody trying to regulate the phone. Everybody trying to dictate who gonna use the phone, when they gonna use the phone. Dudes is trying to say don't use the phone too long. I gotta make a call at this time. I gotta make a call at that time. So it's just automatically chaos off the top. Now, it looked like to me, the block that I was in, the first block that I was in, everybody in there, you know, looked like they had been in there before. I look like the only green dude, the only dude that never been in there before, so I don't really know the dynamics of what's going on. Everybody else know what's going on. Everybody else got their own little system. So I'm trying to fit in. The main thing I want is the phone, because I'm just getting locked up. I'm missing my people. I'm definitely trying to talk to my people every day to see what's going on with my lawyer situation, see what's going on with my situation, and just to reach out to talk to somebody that's familiar with me. So I wanted that phone, man, and I tried to get in where I fit in. I was humble, you know, at first, you know, who got the phone, la da 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 da. It was one dude in the block, he was from Richmond. I guess you would say he acted like he was the boss of the block. He acted like he ran everything. He had a little size on him. He worked out every day. He talked, you know, all tough and everything. And dudes was giving him his respect. I could see that. It was an older white dude in the block. Older, I say older because of me. I was number like 20. So this dude probably was in his 30s. And you can definitely look at him and tell he done been in prison and been locked up many, many times. You know, not the stereotype, but that's what he looked like. That's what he talked like. That's what he act like. Because he wasn't a timid white dude. He wasn't scared by no means. And he walked around. So either the black dude or him was like the little, you know, the bosses in the block. Which at the time, like I said, I ain't really care because it didn't affect me. And as long as it didn't affect me, it didn't even make me no different. Because I already knew one thing. If I ain't know nothing else, I knew how to throw these things when it came down to it. So whatever they had going on, that's what they better have bought when it came to me. So like I said, I used to try to fit my way in on the phone. And to be honest with you, when I did get on the phone, I wasn't trying to get off. I would get on, I would call, I would talk, you know what I'm saying? I would get off. At the time, you know, I was married. I would call my wife, talk to my wife, get off the phone, call back, talk to again, call back, call my mother, you know what I'm saying, call my sister. So I may be on the phone, man, back to back to back. So I could see dudes was starting to have attitude with it, was starting to feeling a certain type of way about it. but they didn't really know how to approach me because they didn't know me and I didn't talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know nobody and I ain't want to know nobody. When I went on the phone or I went out there getting my tray or eating or whatever, I would be back in my cell trying to work out, you know, get my mind right, get my thoughts and processes and everything right, because I ain't know what was to come or what I was going to be facing. So, man, as time went on, man, I could see they whispering, they looking at me funny about this phone. So I was out there one day and I get on the phone and as soon as I get ready to dial, oh boy, he pull up on me. He said, man, how long you going to be on the phone? So I just look at him I'm like, why? He said, because other people be trying to use the phone, man, and you know, you on the phone, you be on the phone, you know, too long, man. You be going back to back to back. We don't do that around here, man. You use the phone, you go ahead and use the phone, get off, man, let somebody else use it. So this is, I'm already looking at it like, I can see right now I'm going to have to set my tone in here. So I was trying to be cordial at first. I was like, look, bro, I'm going to use the phone whenever I got to use the phone and do whatever I got to do. I don't care about what nobody else doing or how they doing it or whatever. I'm going to use the phone when I got to use the phone, man. Take care of the things I need to take care of. I got stuff going on. I'm trying to... I couldn't even get it out. He started, man, look, man, you ain't going to be hogging the phone. I'm telling you that right now. We got to use the phone to hear whatever, too. So, blink, I hang it up. I said, well, who going to stop me? You know? He said, what you mean who going to stop you? I'm telling you, you ain't going to be using the phone. I said, look at here, man. Boop, 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 boop. Set him right on down off the rip, you know. So I'm hitting him, and he ain't see this coming. You know, I know he did. He got a little size on him and everything, but I know he ain't see it coming because when I take off, boom, bing, 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 and I drive him right on back to the corner. He hit the wall, dropped down to the ground. I kick him one time in the face, and he just a bloody mess down there. So I turn around right down there in the pod and say, anybody else trying to stop me from using the phone? You know, so dudes is looking at me like, man, this little cat crazy, you know what I'm saying? So then the white dude I told you in there, he come out, he walking around, he looking all crazy, he got his hands in his pockets and everything. So dude laying down there bloody and everything, he, you know, trying to get up, falling back down, trying to get up. So I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing to do in here. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Don't nobody tell me what to do. If you ain't the police, don't come trying to tell me what to do. I'm gonna use the phone whenever I want to use the phone. If you don't like it, do something about it. You know, that's the approach I took off the rip. So man, only person that I could really see that had little wind in his chest was a white dude. Cause I could see he done turned red. He walking around, he posting because old boy act like he ran the block, but he act like he ran the block, but they had some type of understanding where they got along with each other. So I don't know if he was feeling some type of way or not, but that's just what it was. I turn around, leave the phone alone, go back in the cell, because I don't know what's going on. Ain't no weapons or nothing in there, so you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking, I don't know if these cats going to try to jump me. I don't know what they going to do. I'm ready for whatever. So I'm in the cell, I'm pacing, and I'm mad, and I'm trying to see what's going on. Eventually, man, the police come around, they see old boy, he done got up, got to the bars, he bleeding, he bust up. They come around there, they tell everybody to go to their cell, lock us in their cell. They take him out, they ask him what's happening. He said he don't know, he just want to go to medical. They take him to medical. They come in, go to each cell, looking at dudes, trying to see, asking them what happened, who did it, whatever. Ain't nobody say nothing. I mean, I guess everybody know that from the streets anyway. You don't do no talking, you don't do no telling. And then, like I say, most of these cats in here, look like they've been locked up before, so they already had the understanding they won't say nothing. Then that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? When you get in a fight in the jail, at least the jail that I was in, they take you out whenever you had to go to medical or whatever. When you come back, they're going to put you in another block. So they end up moving him, put him in another block, brought another dude in there, and the same thing went, you know what I'm saying, went on the way it went on. And I just kept on using the phone, man, and truth be told, I was hogging the phone because I didn't want to get off. I'm new to this. I'm missing my people. I'm not liking my situation, so I'm new to it. So it wasn't even a couple of days later, man, and the white boy, I told dudes, I'm using the phone, man. I got to use the phone like at 9 o'clock. I said, I got to use the phone at 9 o'clock, man, so, because I had to make a call. I told my people I was going to call at 9. So I'm like, I got to use the phone at 9 o'clock, man. Don't nobody use the phone at 9, man. I'm trying to use it. Or if you do use, try to use it before 9. Give me enough time to use it at 9. So I had said that early that morning during breakfast time. So come 5, 10 minutes to 9, I come out the pod. So I'm out there, I'm waiting for the phone, I'm checking, look, see what time it is. I see the white boy out there, he pacing and pacing, and he got his hands in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? So dude was on the phone at the time, but I'm waiting to see if he actually gonna get off the phone, because I definitely got to use it. So while I'm waiting for him to get off the phone, I see the white boy pacing, and you know, he got his little wind in his chest or whatever. So I asked the dude, man, I said, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to use it on. And he said, I got you, I got you, I got you. And here he come, he gonna speak up. He tell me something. Shh. I wouldn't get off the phone if it was me. Ain't nobody running no phone in here. So I say what? He said, I wouldn't get off the phone if it was me. Ain't nobody running no phone in here, man. So I said, man, F you, man. I said, you would get off for it if I had to get on it at 9 o'clock. I can tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, I won't. He had a little stutter with him. He said, no, I won't. I said, wait, try to get on it at 9 o'clock and see what happened to you. He said, what's going to happen to me? And he started walking towards me. But he had his hand in his pocket. So I don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I'm green. So he walking towards me. He said, I use it when I want to use it. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as he get close enough to me, I'm getting ready to take off on him. This joker done pulled out. He got about 3 or 4 pencils all sharpened, and he got them taped up together, and he done pulled them out like he trying to stab me with the pencil. So I'm like, oh, whoa. So I bag up. He said, yeah, come on, come on. So he started charging me. When he charged me, I just reached up and put my feet out, kicked him dead in the chest. Bam! When I kicked him in the chest, when he stumbled back, I just advanced on him and just pieced him up. Bam, 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 bam. Drove him on down to the ground, whooped him too. So while I'm whooping him though, the police come around. So when the police come around, they, hey, go to y'all cell, everybody go to your cell. They come bum rushing in there. I'm still whooping them. They jump on me. That's when I got my first experience about what the police do to you. Because they get me down after they subdued me and everything. They still trying to beat me and all this, which just fueled my fire. Now I'm beefing with them because I ain't letting nobody, man, it just was a crazy situation. But that's how it was in the jail. That was my introduction to the jail. Same block, 2 rumbers already. Yeah, same block, 2 rumbers already, man. So they get me out, man. They take me to a holding cell, man. They put me in a holding cell and everything. I'm screaming, I'm cussing, I'm mad, I'm irritated. You know, they talking stuff to me. Tell me something, yeah, you probably was the one that got to fighting with old boy too. I don't know where you think you at. You ain't gonna be bringing that stuff in this jail, right? We got some place for you. We're gonna keep you right here in the hole. Woo, woo, woo. First experience with segregation. I'm in a one little cell off to the side where they can watch you. They put a little TV in front of your cell after a couple of days if they want to. And then you just in there with a bed and a toilet. You know what I'm saying? They got to come get you, take you out for the shower, all this and all that. They had me in there for a minute, you know, and then, like I say, with the charges I had and me going back and forth to court, now me fighting in there, so they looking at me a little different, you know. So I stayed back there for a minute, man. I don't know, it seemed like to me forever because I ain't never been in that type of situation before. But I probably stayed back there for about 30, 40 days, something like that. They take me out, they put me in another block. Man, I get in another block. It seems like to me it's basically the same thing. Every block you go in, dudes acting like they run the block. Most beefs gonna come over either that telephone or either that TV. Dudes wanna watch one station, dudes wanna watch the other station. Dudes will get up there with the paper and try to change it. Another dude will grab the paper from him, or either as soon as he set it down, go get it, get up there, change the station back. Dudes get the rumbling over that. You know, dudes get the rumbling over the food on the tray. If you sleep when they bring the food in there and you don't get up when they call trays, dude might have took your tray. There ain't 7 dudes in there. It's going to be 7 trays. You get up a little late, your tray gone. Dudes want to know where they trade. Don't nobody want to say nothing. Dudes going to eat your tray if you don't get up. I don't care who you is. So it just was, you know, my introduction to prison, man, and jail. And I just was seeing all type of crazy stuff that I wasn't used to. Yeah, I ended up getting fighting with a dude in there too. I got fighting with him because him running his mouth just said something slick to me, you know, about the TV. They was voting on what channel to watch. I voted one way. He ain't like my vote. He want to say something to me. I said something to him. Bloop, bloop. And I'm dropping him, getting into it with him. So now it's like I'm building up a reputation in the prison like I'm a troublemaker or I'm a fighter, but to me, I ain't feel like that was the case. It was just like, I just won't go on for nothing and I'm going to fight for whatever it is. What else can I do? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting moved out of that block, same situation to the whole, that block, end up in another block, fighting, another block. It just went on and on. Whereas they left me back there in the segregation one time for a minute. You know, I knew that had to be a couple of months. They was talking trash to me, talking about, yeah, you know, you know what I'm saying, I can see where you going, I can see what's gonna happen to you, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, la 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 la. So they try to trick me, man, even in the jail early. So you learn the politics of what's going on with these people now, because even early, man, they tried to trick me. They left me back there for that minute. Then I had already heard that they had a block that was kind of racist, where they just had the white dudes in there. The white dudes, it was white supremacists or Aryan Brotherhood at the time, which I didn't even know what that was, but it was just all racist white dudes, which you rarely see in a jail or a prison, you know what I'm saying, where it's just all white dudes, but that's what they had, all white dudes. And they knew that, and I guess they were so irritated and frustrated with me fighting and acting the way I was acting in there, they took me out the hole and put me in a block. They put me in a block with all the white dudes, and the CEO had the nerve to tell me, say, yeah, see how you like it in here. So I go up in the zone and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, you know what I'm saying, I see what this is. And off the top, I can see all the faces turn red. They looking at me like, you know, what you putting this joke in here for? And man, I wasn't even in there a good 30 minutes, man, for it was on, man. They just, you know, one of them said something to me, I said something back, got loud, and next thing you know, they all come out and they act like they just try to bum rush me. So I'm just swinging and swinging. They throwing books at me, Bibles, you know what I'm saying? So I'm basically fighting like 6 dudes. And they got me down on the ground now, and I'm just covered up and all this. They kicking me and stomping me. And the police come around, man, break the joint up, get me up out of there, man. I'm telling you right now, if I'd ever seen one of them cats again, boy, woo, Lord, yeah, man. But they ain't hurt me, you know what I'm saying? I basically protect myself, little bumps and bruises or whatever. But yeah, man, they try to set me up in the jail. So now I don't like them. I'm talking crazy to them. I'm cussing them out every day, you know. So all of this was in the jail, man. So I had a lot of frustration in me, a lot of irritation because of my situation that I brought upon myself. But I was trying to channel that energy, man, and it just was costing me, man. It was costing me all the way down the line because the way they was treating me, the way they was feeding me, man, they was putting a little bit of food on my tray, you know, they bringing my tray all late, you know. It just was a crazy situation, man, but it wasn't all bad because it was all learning experience, man. I started working out because I was seeing a lot of dudes in the jail that had been in prison before, man. They used to talk to me, tell me how I was in prison, all these names I was hearing about, like Sam Pitts and Bo Billy and all these crazy characters in prison, and how big these dudes was. And I was little because I was boxing, so I wasn't wearing them at like 140 something, 146, 147, and I'm trying to, you know, get my weight up, man. You know, I was lifting weights. We was working out with makeshift weights in there, man. Dudes would get on the bed, the loose bed in the pod, and dudes sit on it. We bench press, do little dips off of the table, push-ups all day long, every day. Just trying to get prepared, man, because you ain't know what was to come, you know. So I can remember, man, you know, after my sentencing and stuff, man, you know, just waiting now to go to prison is a given that you're going. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no getting around that. That's where you're going. And, man, I can see dudes in the block trying to do everything to get out of going to prison, everything to get out of their charge, man. They're in there manufacturing stories and lies and trying to get information on other dudes' case so they can go testify on you to try to get their case cut short. And man, it just was sickness in there, man. I remember I was in one block where the toilet was broke, and it had jagged edges at the bottom, like one of them marble toilets, but it had jagged edges at the bottom, in the whatever you call it, the towel or whatever was broke, and they supposed to come fix it, but they was taking their time coming to fix it. Man, I can remember one dude talking about, if somebody get hurt on there, man, that's a lawsuit. Man, he said that out loud. Next thing you know, dudes was plotting on trying to cut themselves on the toilet so they could scream a lawsuit just to get out of their case. And I can remember this one dude, man, he was crazy as I don't know what, man. He was talking about he wanted to cut his feet on there, and he was going to scream for a lawsuit because he was trying to get out of his case because he had been in prison before. He ain't trying to go again. He's stuck in a situation. He's trying to find a way out. I guess he thought that was his way out. I'm looking at this fool like he got to be crazy. I mean, it was jagged edges sticking from this joint. He wanted to take his feet off and just kick it and cut his feet open and holler a lawsuit. And I'm like, man, these cats is crazy. But he wanted to do it, but he didn't have the heart to do it because I guess he knew the pain that was going to come with it. So he was telling dudes, man, he just want to put his feet right there beside it, close his eyes. He wants somebody to kick his feet and do it because he didn't have the heart to do it. So he asked the dudes, and the black dudes looking at him like, oh, no, bro, I ain't getting involved with that woo-woo. But it was this one dude, he looking at him like, shh, man, I'll do it. Yeah, he said, all right, do it. So I'm looking, I ain't going to lie to you, I was intrigued, so I'm looking myself. Man, that man went over there, kept putting his foot back there. He was trembling, closed his eyes, turned his head because he didn't want to see it. Then he kept on saying, all right, now hold on. Because he was scared. He didn't know what to do. He wanted to do it, but he was scared. You could literally see him trembling. Shoot. He went to put it up there the next time. Dude got so tired of him drawing it back. He said, all right, hold on, I'm going to tell you when to go. He ain't even wait. He ain't even give him time. As soon as he put his feet right there, he just kicked it, man. And it slid his feet wide open, man. Probably like that. Blood just went everywhere. He started hollering and screaming like a baby, man. It just looked so nasty and crazy. Started hollering for the CO. And he just laid down in the floor, man. His whole leg was shaking, man. And I can remember looking at his feet like, oh, man. You know, all of that just so he could try to get out that case. To try to, you know, get a lawsuit and beat his case or whatever, hoping that the lawsuit would be so good that he just plea bargain and say, man, y'all dropped my case, I dropped the lawsuit. That's the way dudes thinking was in there after they done already put themselves in a bind, man. So that's a lesson to you right there, let you know how bad prison must already be, and he must already know, and they don't want to go back that much. You see what I'm saying? That they would take, you know, and harm their own self, man, bring bodily harm to their own self to duck that situation. But I could just remember things like that happening in prison, in the jail, man. And like I said, it was setting my tone and my mind frame for the type of dudes I was going to be meeting in prison, the type of atmosphere was going to be. It just blew my mind to a certain extent. But like I say, once you in it, you in it. It ain't nothing you can do. All of the court dates have been exhausted, man. You know, the best thing you can hope for is your appeals, but those going to be down the line. So you just got to lock your mind into what you got to do and when you got to do it. So once that was over, man, like I say, you know, my sentencing and everything like that, you just be on the list for when you're going into prison. You don't know, but you know now that you're on the list. And the only thing you basically waiting for is for them to come around and tell you pack your stuff up. And when they come tell you pack your stuff up, you already know where you're going. You're going to prison because you ain't going home. You already been sentenced to a certain amount of time. That's what it is. Usually it might take a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even a month. It all depends on the individual or the circumstances. So I can remember when that happened for me, man. And I'm just waiting and waiting. You don't know where you're going, but you know, you do know it's gonna be your first introduction to prison, man. So your anticipation and your adrenaline is high. Every day you waking up and don't know what's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen, or is this your day that you going in or whatever. So that's just how it was for me. And I think with my situation, it might have took about maybe 2.5 weeks. And they came around, man, told me to bag up all my stuff, man. And I bagged up all my little property that I had. And, you know, my adrenaline flowing, man, my heart beating. I'm like, oh, man, this is it now. This, you know, it's going down. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Man, they came around, they got us. It was me and another dude. And they taking us, man. We in the car with 2 sheriffs. And we just riding. And we in the back seat, cuffed up, shackled up, whatever. It's 2 police in the front. And we don't know where we going. We trying to talk to them or whatever. We done asked them a couple of times, like, where we going, you know, what prison, you know. But they got the right to tell you if they want to. Some of them will tell you, some of them won't tell you. So they was playing all tight-lipped like they don't know, which is impossible because you driving. But we eventually pulled over to a store, a little convenience store. They go in, get something to eat. They don't supposed to do that at all. Left us in the car, handcuffed up, locked in the car there, and they're getting them little snacks or whatever. I guess so it can cut the time off, or you know, they'll pay what they getting paid, to, you know, for transportation or whatever. They wasting time acting like, you know, they really, you know, it took that long or whatever. So I guess they can get that extra overtime or whatever, right? So when they come back in though, man, we kept on asking them, man, like, where we going, man? You could tell us, man, you know, it ain't no secret. We on our way now, right? So they eventually tell us we was going to Southampton, man. And, woo, all the stuff we had heard about Southampton, man, was in the jail, man. You know, like I said, had the nickname Gladiator School. We had heard a whole lot about that. And, you know, only thing you can do from that point on, man, is get mentally prepared, man. Mentally prepared to go up in there because you're going no matter what. So, you know, when we finally get there, you know, we get there, they take us in, man. You know, they drop us off, take us down this long corridor. Some COs take over, uncuff us, take us in this back room. We get in the back room, and they make us strip, you know, and old stuff like you see in the movies, man. They give us some lye stuff to put all over us. I think it was called lye, to make sure you ain't got, like, you know, no diseases or nothing like this. It's supposed to cure it, or no, what you call it, lice, or what's them other things called, man? I forget the name of them, but they gave us all that stuff, man. Made us shower, and you know, then they started going through our property, man. That was the worst. I ain't, you know, really never. My whole bit, I never got over people going through my property, going through my stuff like it's nothing, you know, when it was everything to me. But that's what they did. Made us throw away a lot of pictures, any type of personal pictures you had, any type of pictures you had with any type of nudity or any type of like bathing suits type stuff. They was throwing it away. I was so mad, man. I ain't know what to do, but I know I'm just getting there. I'm trying to hold my temper in, but I'm filming, you know. Then when they finish all of that, they give us little pamphlets, little books, supposed to be rule books or whatnot, about what they expect, what they don't expect. Then they start telling us where we going, and they started walking us out, you know. Dude was going one spot, I was going another spot. So they walking us down there, they give us bed linen, pillows, and all of that stuff. So we walk in, and then when we entered the hallway to go down to the block that I was going to, we was walking down the block, and I'm just walking, carrying all this stuff with the COs and everything. And I started seeing, you know, inmates walking, you know, around back and forth. And then I see somebody come out, and they walking, and they got jean cut off shorts. And when they came around the corner and bent the corner, they looked down for a second and turned and looked back. They had long hair, had breasts, and had shorts on. So the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, man, they got women in here? So it was crazy. So I'm looking at the CO, and he looking at me, and he give me a little smirk. And then he said, I said, man, what, they got women in here? He was like, nah. He said, that is a man. And I knew right then and there I had arrived in prison.
The bacon special. Yeah. Pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm going to have something because I'm rich in personality, you know. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.